This session will basically be about APIs, and we'll quickly learn the API 101 in the on all the slides, and then we can move on to the API connect deadlines. Okay, so before we begin, let me formally welcome you all. So good evening, everyone, and welcome to API Connect. All right, and first we'll go through the API Connect slides, and then we'll move on how you can register, how you will complete the certification, what is the next event, and when will the swags and actual networking and physical event will be. And who those who are paying attention, don't mind me looking upside, okay, not in the camera, because I'll be presenting on a monitor. So uh, please forgive me for that. Okay, so let's begin. So yeah, that's me. I'm the GDSC lead of Sri Shankaracharya Technical Campus, as well as Postman student leader here, and from the Microsoft's community program, Microsoft Learn Student Ambassadors. I'm a beta level student learn ambassador as well. Okay, so like first of all, let's just begin with like what are we going to do in this session. So we'll try to keep it as short as possible, and we'll try to even wrap this slide thing even before that. Okay, so that we'll have time for Q&A and for all the guideline explanations and resources that you'll be needing to complete the certification. So yeah, we'll just go in layman terms, just go with the flow, like what are APIs, uh, why do we use it, how it is beneficial, and how you can learn, and how API testing has gone from a command line thing to a UI thing, a GUI thing. Okay, so yeah, so this is the most common or basic example that you can think. What are APIs? Like you, there are client and server. We always talk about client server architecture, right? But we never talk about the middle ground through which all or everything is happening. So what how you can explain API to a child, or to your grandfather, or to anyone who's lacking the technical knowledge, right? So you can just use an analogy of a restaurant. You are the client, you are the customer, right? You are the one who is ordering the food, right? So you are ordering the food, and a waiter will be there, and the waiter passes on your order to the chef, right? And then the chef prepares your food, and then he again or she again passes that order, your food, prepared food, to the waiter, and he and she passes you, right? So what is the waiter doing here? Like you could have like individually went to the chef and put your order, right? But that would not be feasible in a real or practical environment, okay, because chef is busy with his work, and there are hundreds of customers at a restaurant at a time. So what is the waiter doing? Waiter is being the intermediary body, who is just there to pass on your order. He's not eating the food, he's not preparing the food, right? He's just bringing and passing the information, right? So that's what APIs are in today's world, right? That's exactly what I was talking about. Client server architecture is more often than not connected with APIs. Okay, so what's an API and why should I use one? So like before we delve into the main, more you can say deeper part, let's just understand what's the full form of API. It's application programming interface, which allows services to communicate with each other, right? Just as we use the analogy, uh, different services or different clients to servers, client to client, server to server, anyway APIs are always in the middle. Now, software has become more complex and collaborative over the years. Obviously, developers no longer need to create every service from scratch. Okay, so before we move ahead, like who all are active? Can you please put whatever technology that you know in the chat box? Okay, by technology I mean it can be software. Okay, it can be frameworks, it can be tools, anything that you know from computer science field. Okay, like React is a technology, right? Then Express, Node.js, Java, HTML, anything. Okay, they all come inside technological part in computer science. Okay, so if you can, yes, start typing. I hope admin has enabled the chat for everyone. Yes, Flutter, Django, yep, they are all technologies. Burn stack, yes, it is a combination of multiple things. Next.js, yeah, that's another technology. Golang, yeah, that's language. React.js, SQL, yeah, that's a unique one. Flutter, Firebase. Yeah, keep it coming, keep it coming. Let's hear about some unique technologies as well. Fast API, yeah, that's you can say it is a technology, but yeah, it provides you with APIs. Okay, all right. Java, yeah, Flutter, TypeScript, yep. React Native, it's not native React, but okay, yeah. Kotlin, yeah, that's again a unique one. Okay, so yeah, you understand C star, C hash, whatever you call it. Good. Truffle, that's another unique one. So yeah, we all know about multiple technologies, right? There are hundreds, not even hundreds, there are thousands, millions of technologies right now at present, and there are even more developing at present only. Like tomorrow, you'll see like three new versions of JavaScript, right? People who know about JavaScript probably know what I'm talking about. There is always a new version of JavaScript, not even a new version, a new type, right? So like there's Node.js and Express.js. There are multiple types of JavaScript only. So why do we need APIs then? If there are so many technologies, the fact is, do you know all the technologies that you name? Right? No. Do we need all those technologies? Obviously no. Do we use all the technologies? No. So what API solves is there are multiple technologies, each has its own advantages and disadvantages, its features, right? And its patches, its security,
भैया
its
आपका आवाज नहीं आ रहा है.
it's probably from an error from your side, bro. I'm audible to everyone, others?
Yeah, you
Yes,
are
it's clear.
audible.
Yes, it's clear.
Yes, you're audible.
Yes, audible. Okay, all right. Yeah. So continuing on, whoever asked the question, kindly check your network connection and your audio output as well. Yeah. So what I was telling you that there are multiple technologies and API fill the gap of features, right? Like, okay, so people who are raising their hands will just
Milestone,
take Q&A after a few slides. All right, not in the end, so that you
पंखा चालू कर
you
दो फिर
got
चले जाओ.
you get your doubts cleared. But after
पंखा
a amount of
चले
slides,
जाओ
okay,
चले
so
जाओ.
that we also keep up the pace. Okay,
हाँ चलो जाओ.
so you don't know every single technologies. You don't need to know every single technologies, but you might want to use or you might need a feature of a technology, right? Or a collection of multiple features of a technology. That's where API come in. You don't need to know how it is formed. You don't need to know how the developer is maintaining the project, the framework, or anything that relates with the technology, right? You just have to care about what input I have to give and what output I will get from the API, and that's the only thing that matters, right? So that's why there is the second point. Software has become more and more complex. When you go out there and you can say in the industry or the corporate world, right? Uh, right now you're just using GitHub, a few frameworks, JavaScript, HTML, or a few other technologies, right? But when you actually go to the industry or a corporate job, you will see there are even bigger technologies used in a day-to-day life, right? You might have heard about Kafka, right? Then there is Kubernetes, and there is also like Apache's engineering servers, and these are not something that you use in everyday life, right? But they might contain some features that you need, and they all have their APIs for either maintenance or their logs or anything that provides you a better insight with their condition and their health in terms of servers. Okay, so that's where APIs is really useful, and APIs allows developers to access data from a service without any knowledge of how the code base has been implemented. Exactly what I was telling you. Okay. Okay. So moving on to the next slide. Yeah. So it's in another analogy, but this time a bit technical. You can say depends on the explanation. But yeah. So you go on Instagram. You want to post a photo. You open your camera, right? And then you click the photo. Now, how does the photo travel to Instagram and then to its servers, right? And then it finally converts to a post. That is all done by an API, which is traveling along with all the network processes or network packets that you are sending, right? So that's where APIs come in, and there's an API for everything, like you weather or like cat API, songs, YouTube videos, Discord, and everything has an API, and even one thing can have multiple APIs. And right now the boom is for AI, right? Artificial intelligence, and there are literally startups being built on OpenAI or ChatGPT's APIs, right? They just provide you all the functionalities of an AI model or an LLM model just through APIs. And there are tons and tons of usability, you can say, and the features it provides. And you don't need to have the knowledge about how ChatGPT is being built, right? Or how LLMs are trained. You just have to know how to implement an API, right? So that's helped the businesses and smaller organizations massively, because they don't need to have the knowledge about code base or learning models, or even the hardware resources to train the AI models, right? So that's a big development in the recent years, right? So that's why APIs turn software into Lego bricks. Why? Because you're not building like a structure that is being built on a single brick, or on a single technologies. You are using multiple technologies, multiple integrations, right? So that's why APIs turn software into Lego bricks, because you are just adding multiple parts of the Lego and forming a structure using different technologies and different resources, right? So now, why we are specifically doing the Postman certification, or why Postman is a big name in the API industry? Because in the coming slides you will see, earlier and even now, because it's sometimes faster, but even now the API testing, you can say, right, or API development is done on the command line with a curl command, if you know it. Okay, so Postman, what Postman does is, even if you don't have the technical knowledge, okay, you can use APIs with Postman's graphical user interface, okay, or GUI as we say. So what API was solving is exactly what Postman is implementing again. What API was solving, that you don't have to have the knowledge about technicalities of a feature. You just have to know how to use it. And that's exactly again implemented, but on the most basic level of API. You don't even need to know how to make curl request with APIs. You just have to understand what API needs, what input you have to provide, what output you will be getting, and how you will handle the output. Okay, so that's why Postman is being used at 90%, 98% of Fortune 500 organizations, and 65% of global 2000 organizations that use Postman. And you can say big names here, right? PayPal, Philips, Uber, Capital One, Atlassian. Atlassian is literally the biggest software that businesses use because of its ticketing system or its spaces system. Once you join an internship, or once you start using it, you'll understand why it is used so widely. So yeah, that we just covered this. Like curl command line, it will look very geeky. You look like a nerd, and you can pretend that you know everything when using a terminal. But yeah, it sometimes can be a headache, and it also increases the friction when you're trying to implement or trying to develop an API, right? uh, Whereas just look at on your right hand side, the Postman UI. It's so simple. It's easy to use. It decreases the amount of knowledge that you have to have in order to use APIs, or make requests with APIs, right? So that's where Postman comes in. Now, as whatever I was saying, the input and output, those are called requests and responses in terms of API. So what is a request response pattern? We already discussed this earlier. If we use the analogy of the restaurant, like if you are the customer and you are placing an order, that is your request, and the waiter bringing your food is a response. That's exactly what we are seeing in the graphics here. Okay, moving on. Okay, so yeah, before we move on, if anyone has any questions, we'll just stop here for 5 minutes and take a few questions. No doubts now, or you're not able to turn on your mic?
No doubts.
Okay, no doubts. Okay, cool. Uh, yeah, that's a good thing that I'm able to explain. All right, that you don't have doubts. Cool. So okay, so making request, we'll just cover this part a little bit quicker, because this is the exact thing that you have to learn in the Postman Expert certification. And if you do it by yourself, you'll uh, automatically become proficient in using Postman, as well as working with APIs. Okay, so like three ingredients to make a request. The request is made up of three things that has to have. Well, I mean, it needs to have in the whole request. Otherwise, the API request can or definitely fail. Okay, so method is something that you have to tell the server what you need. Okay, so do you want to post something? That means, do you want to send data to the server, or do you want to get some information or data? Then you use the get, and there are multiple methods as well. Okay, then there is the address and endpoint. This is a self-explanatory, right? Because you have to give an address, a URL or a URI, right, to so that the server can interpret what where exactly are you sending or requesting the data from, right? And the path is an addition to the endpoint, the exact path, because there can be multiple paths in a single endpoint, right? You might be on a payment page, then you might be on a payment completion page, or you might be on an order placing page, right? So there can be multiple paths as well. So you have to mention what path you want to post or get or use any method in your API. Then, okay, so methods and endpoint. This is what we discussed. Methods are these are the four most commonly used method. There are others as well. Okay, so you can just go through or just search in Google, and then you will get the Mozilla developers page, which will explain all the methods that are available here. Okay, and if you have time, I'll just show it to you. Okay, and then HTTPS is a protocol, right? It is a secure HTTP. Uh, I think you all know it. And then www.google.com is the URL or the address of the server, and slash search is the path. And there can be multiple paths as well. Like maybe if you are searching, if you are trying to image search, maybe there is a slash image path, right? So there can be multiple paths to a single URL or an address. Okay, specifying detail, building your request. So parameters can be something that that defines or describes what data you want to send. Okay, if you're describing like you want to buy a phone. Okay, so how much quantity you need? Okay, what color do you need? What variant do you need? So there are multiple parameters to a request. Like you will send like a phone type. Okay, so this is you want OnePlus, you want Samsung, and then there is variant what 64 GB, 128 GB. Then there can be hundreds of parameters in a single request. Then authorization. Think of it like if when you are signing into any software, any tool, or any URL. Okay, so and then you are going to your orders page, right, or your wish list page. You nobody else, no one else should have the access to your wish list or your orders, right? So there has to be some authorization header as well that verifies that yeah it is you that is trying to view your account details or orders and things like that. Okay, headers and body, as we discussed earlier, they are just data types. What are you actually trying to do? Like get, post, and body is the whole request, which contains all the parameters and key pairs. Okay, request body. Okay, so yeah, this is self-explanatory. Data types is just the, you can say, as we were discussing, the technology that you will be using or the format you will be using in sending your in sending the whole request. Okay, JSON is the most widely used, and GraphQL is the most widely used in industry aspects, you can say. Okay, yeah, JSON is coming up right ahead. So yeah, it's a key value pair, starts with a curly braces, and then just you define a key, and then you define a value. Everything is under double quotes except numbers. Okay, and then receiving responses. This is output that we were discussing. You might receive status codes first before you get the output, and they describe what output you'll be getting, or if you'll be getting an output or not. Right, 200 is okay. Status okay, that yeah okay. So the request has been interpreted properly by the server, and you will be getting a response. Okay, 201 is created, that you are trying to create some new things. 404 is not found. 500 is the internal server error, right? 403 is forbidden, that you don't have access to it, or it is behind a VPN or a firewall. So there are multiple status codes as well. They are divided into five categories, right? And they all start with a number, like 100s will be something, 200s will be something, 300, 400, 500. So these are five categories of status codes. Okay. Headers and accessing body, we already discussed this. Okay. So you will be getting the data as written in the API's documentation. If it returns a JSON format, if it is returns a GraphQL, and then you have to handle it accordingly. Okay, so we just covered all the basic things about API, right? Methods, addresses, authorization, body data, and once you start your Postman certification, it first walks you through like all the resources or all the learning that you have to do before you start actual, you can say actual API testing, or actually sending requests or responses by configuring them yourselves. Okay, so yeah, so whatever we learned, yeah, I know it is a little bit quick, but I wanted to keep time for Q&As and guideline explanation as well, so that you don't miss something out and do the certification improperly, and then you probably might not be eligible for swags, or you might get stuck in the certification. Okay, so whatever we learned is just a theoretical knowledge, but the best way to learn is doing something, like practically gaining experience about it. Okay, so that's where the student expert certification comes in, and you first go through the resources. There are pre-built, pre-made, or pre-developed requests there that you can just send, analyze, learn what output you're getting, what is the status codes, right? How do we write body of a request? What is authorization? How it is implemented? Why sending the authorization headers in the request is not good? Everything is there in the student expert certification, and I can definitely say that you will be at an intermediate level with regards to APIs and using Postman, and then you can further continue your journey after achieving the certification, right? Okay, so I'll be sending this link. Wait, I'll just send this link to the chat, and okay, so this is the link that you have to use to, you can say, register for the student expert certification. All right. This is the this is there is a this is a UTM link. Okay, so this is the only link with which we can track your completion, or track that you are doing the student expert certification through our link and through this event. Okay, so if you have not registered till now, that's a good thing that you are waiting for the instructions. Okay, so save this link, and I'll even pin this link to the chat. Yep, so it's pinned. Anyone can see it. And okay, just a quick thing, there are I think 199 people. Are there people waiting outside? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yep, there are.
Okay, what can we do? Can we create a new meet link? I can do it simultaneously on two meets if that works. Till then, you can the participants here in this meet link. You can go ahead and register yourselves with the link that I provided in the chat, and I'll also send this to the WhatsApp group in just in case you miss it here. People who are joining in the new meeting link or the second meeting link, we just covered the basics of APIs. Okay, and as I said, it is really basic, and it's a ground level knowledge, you can say. And we will have the recording of this session as well on put it upload it on the YouTube channel. Okay, so going forward, you'll receive all the information going in that meet. Okay, so these two meets are just going simultaneously. Whatever we covered is just basics of API. Okay, you'll get the resources as well, and you'll get the YouTube video link soon after the session. Okay, so you're not missing anything.
There's a doubt in the chat box.
Yeah.
Can you just, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, university name. Yeah, it's Srishnagar Technical Campus. Yeah, it doesn't matter why you're asking. Okay. I registered using the Google Forms into the group. Will I have any trouble if I register? No. Okay. So registering early is not going to cause any problems. But if you have completed the student expert certification, that might, all right, because there will be some friction, or you can say there will be some difficulties faced by our team to like verify when you have done the certification, or did you do it with our link or not, because we are like telling everyone to do in the time frame that this session is going on and till the morning of 15th April. Okay, so you'll get 3 days of time to complete the certification. So yeah, like if you have not completed certification, then there is no issue. Could you please elaborate more about the certification mode? Yes, we are coming to it. Okay, I'll just share the resources. And yeah, unfortunately, I cannot show you what the certification provides you. Okay, because I am already certified, so probably my application will not be considered, or I will not be able to like see the progress and all that. Okay, because I'm already certified with the student expert certification. So yeah, what I was telling you, just register with the link. Okay, it just asks for some basic details. Okay, and it will have all the documentations that you have to keep in mind to do the certification. Okay, and if you face any difficulties, will I think I've already done it, but we'll open the API Connect group. Okay, you can ask your doubts there, just in case you face any issues. Otherwise, I'll be sharing you a doc link. It will have all the resources. Okay, our YouTube link as well, a previous YouTube link as well, which covers the student expert certification. So try to do by yourself only. Okay, but if you face any difficulties, okay, then take the reference from that YouTube video. Okay, it probably won't cover the actual practical. Okay, but you will have a better understanding about the certification. Okay, yeah, any other doubts if anyone has anything? And yeah, before we move on, like I'll just show you this as well. Okay, yeah, so similar to post-management expert certification, there are higher level exams as well that you can go through. Yeah, they probably cost money. There's a fee that you have to pay before you go through a certification exam, but they like contain more credibility as well. Okay, just like I'm presenting, I think the AWS screen, right? Yeah, so you can go through the AWS certifications as well. Start with the foundational one. Okay, it is the beginner level you can certification. Like you can see there, this is the exam price, 100 US dollars, 150 US dollars. You are able to see the screen, right? Or if it is showing too small, zoom. Yeah, it should be fine now. Yeah, so you can like start preparing for the certification as well, because as I said, cloud and AI are on a boom right now. Okay, and whatever certification that you complete is just an added bonus to your resume or your portfolio or your profile that you show to a company. Okay, and yeah, along with it, we'll just show you this as well. Yeah, Azure certifications. Why am I showing you all this? Because AWS certifications might cost you a lot of money, and they're also never on vouchers. There may be some discounts, but they're never free. Okay, but Microsoft certifications are free a few times. Okay, there are sessions that you have to attend, and then you will just get a voucher for the certification exam. You have to prepare. Then there is also the Learn platform as well. Okay, you can just come here and like go with you can say levels beginner, and then go to learning path, or even just search about it. Okay, like if I search it is a 900, might show up. Yeah, like prepare to teach Azure fundamentals. Yeah, so there are multiple fundamental you can say learning path as well. You can just go through these learning paths, and you will have the knowledge that you have to have for the certification. Okay, so and Microsoft certification also contains credibility equal to AWS's, depending on what the organization uses, right? If the company you are joining, or you're about to interview, uses Azure or AWS, then the specific uh, certifications weightage might differ depending on the use cases. Okay, so yeah, so Microsoft certifications are free a few times of the year. Okay, and along with it, if you all are interested, we can also form a study group, and then we'll prepare together, and we'll have the certification vouchers for all of us. Okay, so I'll be there to guide you only. Okay, because I'm already certified in that as well. Okay, so which meet link has an. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we can just form a study group to prepare for AZ 900 or AI 900, or even data fundamentals, right? Because forming these study groups under the Microsoft's community programs gives you just a free certification vouchers that might cost you thousands of rupees. Okay, so yeah, that's why I'm just showing you all this. You can, because Microsoft also provides you with learning paths for free that you can just watch, or you can read to prepare for Azure certification exams. Okay, yeah. So coming back to the Postman one, it just presentation. Yeah, so we'll also be sending you the resources, okay, in a bit. But I hope everyone has registered with the link. And then yeah, moving forward, yeah. So uh, I think you all probably know, like, that we have specs for the student expert certification completers. Okay, so whoever just gets the certification, okay, will receive swags from our side. The swags contains multiple items. Okay, t-shirts, and then diary pens, badges, stickers, and then you'll also have snacks on 15. We'll have an offline physical event for networking, for showing your achievements, and then we'll just have different, you can say, small events like quizzes, project showcase, and all that, and we'll have swags for everyone. So whoever completes the PSE certification with our link, okay, and between like today 7 p.m. onwards till 9 a.m. on 15th morning, will be eligible for the swags. Okay, and we have sent the link to the API Connect channel as well. And yeah, I'll just share you the API Connect resources doc as well. Just a second. This meet is done. Yeah, so I've shared doc links in both the meets, and you can just go through the doc. And you know what? I'll just present this doc so that everyone can follow along as well. Okay, so like what you have to do to be eligible for swags, right? So like we have crossed 200 registrations on the event. Okay, and we understand that not everyone will complete the certification, but in order for us to verify that you have completed and completed with our link, there are certain things that you have to do. Okay, they are just like a 2 minute or 5 minute thing that you have to do after you have completed the certification. Okay, so join the student program with the link provided. I've already provided you with the links on the WhatsApp groups and both the meets. Okay, then complete the PSC certification between 12th April 7 p.m. and 15th April 9 a.m. I've already floated this information. Okay, once you complete the certification, it hardly takes one like 2 hours maximum. Okay, even if you like go with the learning flow. Okay, it takes 2 hours to complete the certification, depending on your ability to research and learn about something. Okay, so once you have completed the certification, you will receive a mail from either Postman or the Canvas credentials previously known as Badger, and it will have your certificate and the time that you have received the mail, or the time that you have received the certification. Okay, so and then you have to post on any one of the platform, Twitter or LinkedIn. Okay, I'll just write that here as well so that you don't get mistaken. I think I've written it somewhere as well, but still, okay. Yeah, so you have to post on any one of the platforms, LinkedIn or Twitter. You have to have, you have to use this hashtag so that we can track it, and the badge as well. Now, what is the badge? Okay, so this badge is another unique thing that we are doing. Okay, so this badge showcases that yes, you have completed the PSE certification. Okay, I think it is presenting to both the screens. Wait. Yeah, so this is the badge about that I was talking about. Okay, so you will be Postman expert once you complete the certification, right? So you can just post this badge along with your certificate and use these hashtags. Okay, that's all you have to do to be eligible for the swags. Okay, but make sure to fill this form. Okay, this form will be a data collection thing for us so that we can have all the social post and your submissions at one place. Okay, and make sure to like input the right things, right details, so that there is no friction in your eligibility and our verification. Okay, and yeah, so and there's also resources. Okay, the slides I was presenting to all of you is present here, and the YouTube video I was talking about, okay, that is done by Ali Mustafa himself. He's the senior developer advocate at Postman. Okay, and then we have provided you again with the link of the badge and info session recording, what we are doing right now. Once we complete the session, we'll upload it to YouTube, and you'll have the link here so that you can come back to it anytime you want. Like if you want to read, if you want to just know about the guidelines, or if you want to learn about the basics of APIs that we covered a few minutes back. All right, I'll present the slides again. I hope it is presenting. Yep. Yeah, so just share your learnings with these hashtags, because if you have used Twitter, if you're using Twitter, you know that hashtags can be are something that we can just search for and get all the posts or all the tweets that contain that hashtag, right? So that's a good measure for us to verify and to validate that you have indeed posted an update regarding your certification. And along with it, we'll have also giveaways for public workspaces. Now, what are public workspaces? Once you complete the certification, or once you're going through the certification, whatever request or whatever collection that you have will be inside a workspace. You will get to know all the knowledge about workspaces, about Postman in your certification. So make sure to do while learning something. Okay, so that certification contains pre-built or pre-generated request. If you have knowledge about APIs, if you have knowledge about development, web development or mobile development, anything that can use or leverage the power of APIs, okay, you just have to create a public workspace, and instead of posting the social media links in the form, you just post your public workspace link. Okay, it should contain like basic request, like it should contain all the generally used or widely used headers or methods, uh, I should say, like the get, post, put or delete. Okay, there are those kind of methods with your developed APIs. Okay, and we'll just consider it as another submission instead of a student expert certification. Okay, if you are already proficient in APIs, or if you have gained the knowledge of APIs through this session or through the certification program while you are doing it, right? So these this is another thing that we will be providing one t-shirt to a single winner. And all the things that we are showing, like whether that be the quiz on the 15th or 15th event, or small or other smaller events on the 15th, or this public workspace challenge today, or like for the 3 day span of time, we'll have t-shirts for the winners. Okay, t-shirts, badges, and diary pen, all those things. All right. So if you have any doubts regarding the public workspace thing, you can just search about it. Or I can assure you, once you start your certification, you'll definitely understand what a public workspace is. Okay. There's just one thing to keep in mind. When you are submitting the final submission form, make sure that the link that you provide, okay, points to the right social media post, or point to the right public workspace link. There will be links that are invite only, or that they are even maybe private. Okay, so make sure to like make them public first and then submit the form. Okay, because multiple entries will be discarded. So make sure to do it in one go and do it properly. There is no hurry. There is 3 days time to do everything. Okay, you don't have to post anything right now, or you don't have to do anything right now. Take a break, understand what the session was about, what are the resources. All right, go through the FAQs as well, go through the resources as well, then start your certification journey maybe tomorrow with a fresh mind in the morning. All right, I'll also share the FAQs as well. You will have the FAQs in all your forms and everywhere. We'll share the resources doc. It also contains the FAQs again, right? Wait. This meet as well. Yeah. So like, yeah, badge is done, and the how to be eligible is done, right? These are all public links. You can come back to these documents anytime. We'll send them again in the API Connect group. So make sure that you are active there as well. You don't, so that you don't miss out anything, right? Yeah, so yeah, that's just it's probably the wrap up for this slide thing. Okay, and this is the resources part provided by Postman themselves. Okay, learning.postman.com is probably the one that you will be directly or indirectly be pointed to when you're doing the certification program, because you will have all the content and all the videos or examples in the learning thing. Okay, then you can probably go to the API networks, like what APIs does Postman provide, how do we integrate, and all those things. And then there is also the community thing, that if you want to contribute to, like say Postman or an API development, or you just want to connect with other fellow developers or other fellow Postman student experts or student leaders, you can just find them in the community. Okay, so yeah, we just came to the Q&A. If anyone has any questions, okay, whether that be regarding the event, or regarding the certification program, or eligibility, or what is the event on 15th, anything, if you have, you can ask. The participants can unmute themselves, right? How to enroll the certification. So yeah, I've pinned the link to the chat. Okay, there is a one link, one bit.ly link. It says API Connect PSE. Okay, I'll just send it again for your convenience. Yeah, so just click on this link, and wait, I'll present this as well, so you don't face any difficulties. Okay, yeah, so you'll be presented with this link. You just have to register as a student. Why a student? I'll let you know in a bit. Okay, it's presenting to both meets. Yep. So you just have to enter these basic details. All right, first name, last name, email, country of residence, India, or wherever you're from. If you're from outside, school, university, just enter your whichever school or college or university you are enrolled in right now. Okay, and how did you learn about student programs? You can just write API Connect, GDSC SSTC, a student leader event, whatever you like. Okay, just something that represents us, so that Postman guys also know that yeah, you are coming from the API Connect event. Okay, and you'll just submit it. You'll receive the mails on what to do forward with further information, and you can just start your certification. All right. Is this event only for SSTC? No, it's not SSTC based. We are GDSC SSTC. That's why the name comes up very often. But it is not specifically for SSTC students. GDSC is an open and it's a public community. People from around the world can join. All right, there are multiple GDSCs in India as well, like hundreds of GDSCs in India as well, and there are also like you can say universities or colleges that don't even have their own GDSC, so they participate in other GDSC events. So yeah, it's not specific to SSTC students. Any more doubts? Yeah. Wait, which meet link? Yeah, it's the second meeting. Okay. Yeah, Shalini, is it? Yeah, you can go ahead. Okay, so your voice is a little bit breaking, but I think I understood your query. So like you have registered for Postman Expert certification, right? But you have not completed it. Am I getting it right? You can just type in the chat if you're having any network issues. Yeah, okay. So you have registered through the OSD event and you have not completed the certification. So what I would suggest is just start up with a fresh email. Okay, because like completing it through another event but in our timeline can create a lot of clashes, you can say, or a lot of ambiguity for us to verify or us to validate. Okay, just like make a new email, or you probably have another emails as well. Just use that with our link and then complete the certification. You won't face any difficulties in the eligibility, right? Because if you are like just crossing multiple events together, it will cause some problems in the UTM link or in our verification. Okay, so I would suggest that you make a new link. And if you have done the student expert certification like completely, I wouldn't suggest you to do it again, right? Because this is a basic certification. But since you haven't done it, I would like recommend you a necessary extra step that you like do it with a fresh email. Yeah, and yeah, just a heads up to everyone like still in the meet. You can see all the team members wearing the t-shirts. Yeah, there's a t-shirt that we'll be giving away. Okay, we have more t-shirts for the participants and for the post-national expert who will be doing through this event, along with badges and all that. So this will be given to all those who completed. Yes, yes, all those who completed with our with our link and within the specified time frame, that is from today onwards to the morning of 15th, and you complete all the necessary steps that is shared in the resources doc, that you have to make a social post, okay, with the hashtags, with the badge, your certificate, and all that. Okay, and you fill the final form so that we can look into your social post. Okay, so just like in the more broader sense, you just have to do two things. First is complete the student expo certification. Second is make a social post and just fill the form. Okay, and that form has your like t-shirt size details and other details like social post links, public workspace link, and all that. Okay, if anyone has any more doubts, we are still on to like solve the queries.
Chat एक बार
Yeah.
please.
So this okay, that is done. So what if we complete and won't reach the in-person event? Okay, so may I ask like what's the reason that you cannot reach or you will not be available for the in-person event? Like because the in-person event is a necessity, right? Because if we go ahead and just like parcel the swags for everyone, that will just cause imbalance to the budget of the event. Okay, I'm just telling you all honestly. But and yeah, there's a reason why we have put a physical event, because there's only so much you can do in an online event. All right, you, when you come up with at an offline event, right? uh, when where there is swag distributions, there are small events, and you get to network with people, you get to make new connections, you get to meet your seniors, your juniors. That's another experience in itself, right? So I would really recommend, if you are around the region, that you come, if you complete the certification, if you do the necessary steps, then I would really like recommend you to come to the offline event. And yeah, like if you are facing any difficulties in just typing your query, or if it is too long, you can just like unmute yourself and put your doubts on. And don't worry about the doc links or the slide links. We'll share it all with even after the meeting, in the group, or if we have your mail. I've got a mail today mentioned about two steps. First one is for certification, and another one is for the project. This mail, yes, okay. So if you have registered, then this is the mail you have to move forward. First one is for certification. That is the one you have to do. Okay. Another one is a project. It's probably it's an AI project of some sort with the Hugging Face. Darshita can confirm on it, I think. But yeah, anyway, you have to go ahead with the certification one. Okay, and if you are doing with the if you are also like up for doing the project one, that's also fine. Yeah, AI text summarizer, yeah, it uses Hugging Face, I think,
Yeah,
from what I
AI.
remember. Yeah, it
Right.
does. So like you if you complete that as well, you can probably put it in the in the workspace thing, right? The public workspace thing. So if you complete that project, that's on you. Whatever you find easier, whatever you find more exciting and more learning, it's on you on what you want to complete. But I would recommend that you first go through the Postman expert certification, right? Because then you'll understand how Postman works, how you you can say how you can develop APIs, how you can test APIs, what are actual the basic things that you have to understand by doing them practically. Because I've told you about like what are APIs made up of, and how Postman is better than command line. But without you doing yourselves, it won't be like of any use or any benefit to you. After registration, I did the introduction part by mistake. Will it cause any trouble to the certification? Okay, so if you are doing it after the registration, then introduction part is a section, or is a part of the whole certification, right? So it's fine, I guess. See, as long as you register with our link and complete the certification within our time frame, you are eligible. Okay, and as I said, you just have to do two things: complete the certification, post about it. That's it. Yeah, so combined, there are still like over 90, 100 people uh, in total. If you have any doubts, you can just go ahead. Otherwise, we'll just end the session on a good note. Best of luck for your certification. Make sure to go through the resources and all the things that we provide first. Then you start with certification. We have plenty of time. Uh, Plenty of time to do the certification. You have 3 days till the 15th, the offline event. And yeah, and just a thing, if you are wondering that what if we haven't done the certification, what if we haven't done even what if we haven't paid any attention in this session as well, can I come to the offline event? Yes, you can, but there will only be like smaller events, networking, and quizzes. Uh, So what is the unique name? Like I've sent it multiple times and it is also pinned to the chat. I'll just send it again. This is the one, the Bitly API Connect PSE is the UTM link. Okay, you just have to click that and you'll have to register.